Yeah, kiss it.
Yeah. Good guys whispering, we hear you loud. Move in the shadows, but you still stand proud. Ain't here for.
What if the night don't fade, stays bitchy? What if the blind see truth so itchy? What if clocks tick backwards, I'm tricky? What if the broke had gold while it's sticky? What if all these questions spin? What if the loss was the path to the win? What if I never started, where would I land? What if I'm building dreams on sinking sand? What if the moon got beat?
Ooh, wait. It's working.
Oh, good.
What up, y'all? Here we go again. It's August. Don't know what the hell the date is. I know it's August. That's all. And we are at What If. Hey, Chuck.
Yeah.
What if peer pressure looks like predators?
Wow, that's a
What if?
that's a big problem.
That's a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the truth.
Well, the truth is, not every child your child needs is a friend.
Really?
Yeah, some of them carrying traps in their back pockets and flattery in their mouth.
Ooh, manipulation coming out of their mouth at a young age. Is that what you're telling me?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens, princes and princesses, teachers, principals all over the planet, parents. What if we have a conversation about peer pressure and peer strangers? What if we tell you that from teen parties to sneaky DMs, some friends are more predators in disguise than friends? What if we tell y'all that we can break down that manipulation starts early and how to reach your kids, the difference between the vibe and the manipulation and violation? What if we break this down in 20 seconds to tell you that everybody is not your friend?
Not at all.
What's that song? Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner.
Anyway.
Okay, sorry. Alright, so forgive us. We've been in this studio a very long time. This makes day 3. So, what if... Now, as a grandparent, let's talk about personal experiences. Because last month, when we did home invasions, they thought it was a little cruel. And I don't know how they think we cruel, because that's how we treat our children. I don't understand where a parent thinks they need to be a friend to their children. It's going to help their children understand the dynamics of life. Because I think it's teaching them to be a fairy tale.
Yeah, I think that too. I think it's also lazy and irresponsible.
What do you think? Let's tell them our opinion on how we think about this word friend. Because everybody keeps saying this word and then they're talking about peer pressure. And in today's world, peer pressure comes with charges. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Hold on, let him answer the question. I'm gonna tell you.
So Frank, I think
It's a loaded question, ain't it?
yeah, it's a lot to unwrap. Let's start
with friends. Let's start with friends.
with friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, a lot of times I learned that a friend was an enemy waiting to happen. Because at the end of the day, what looked like it might be your friend ain't always somebody with friendly intentions. So, peer pressure, peers and friends is different. But peers will try and treat you like y'all supposed to be friends, and then they have you in situations because now they pressured you to get a friend. You had to do something that was not within your boundaries.
Now I'm gonna tell you why we doing this at the same time. Because peers and friends are different, but in the classroom they're not. Your teacher tells you in the classroom, this is your classroom, these are your friends.
Right.
Your kids get confused in the ideology that teachers give them because they're trying to get everybody to get along. which is the wrong verbiage to use. So the reason why we doing peer pressure or predator is because in the last, I'm trying to count.
2 weeks.
Probably 2 weeks, yeah. The last 2 weeks, there's been 17 cases between what they call peer pressure or versus what their friends had let them into something. We've seen cases where people have gotten unalived from their friends.
Yeah.
So-called friends, because that ain't what friends gonna do to you.
Or set up to be attacked or left to be attacked.
But I want to talk about, remember them situations where girls will have a girl befriend them and they the whole time they want to do something cruel to them.
Right.
Now, there's been a couple of movies. Can you remember a movie off the top of your head? I'm trying to
Mean Girls? Cruel Intentions?
No, let's get worse than Cruel Intentions. Not Mean Girls. What's that one when the girl had, it's a show. We seen it on YouTube. The girl had befriended the girl who she knew everybody was gonna like first.
Oh yeah, and then try to turn into a fast.
And then she tried to change. She got her actually attacked.
Yeah.
It was on Black Mirror. Yeah, she got her attacked. And then
I know what you're talking about.
this whole girl, there was also a Chinese version of this, and I don't mean no harm to my Asian people. We love y'all. Konnichiwa, hanehoe, namakatishushui. We love y'all, but I'm just gonna say this. Y'all stories be pissing us Americans off.
I kind of expect it now. They never have a happy ending. That's just how
I understand that life don't end happy, but can we get at least a neutral ending? Somebody gotta die, somebody going to jail, somebody gonna get scathed. It is truly, there is no such thing as a fairy tale, which we do. But the one that the girl was, what is the name of that show? Oh my God. Karma. I want all of y'all to go to Netflix and watch Karma. There was a girl who was a nurse. She had just got to the school. She was popular at her other school, and then the guys thought she was pretty. So I don't know how y'all all look alike. They say all those black people look alike, but anyway, that's not the point. That's not racist. That's just true. Anyway, so the guys had voted her for the magazine, the school magazine, remember? And the popular girl got upset, and she befriended her, and she got her attacked by 5 predators, which. In a ring of things, the girl had to end up saving one of the predators, which wasn't really the predator. It was somebody who had tried to get himself out of trouble, a con man who became like he was one of the predators. You gonna be looking like, babe, where the hell you going with this? Okay, but what I'm talking about is some of y'all kids don't even have conversations with your parents, or you don't have anybody to tell you the truth of what you're supposed to be doing. So you are watching these TV shows and these movies as this is how you're supposed to be in life. And as adults who are in the middle of trying to deal with everything, no one's paying attention to we are going back to 1993. Now anybody remember 1993? Do you remember 1993? Now he about to be old mommy. You remember what happened in 1993?
In this area?
In the high school, yeah. Remember what happened in 1993? They tried to re-do the movie Craft, and the girl hung. She got hung.
That's right after they found the serial killer.
That's after they found the serial killer in Newport News.
Serial killer, but I didn't think he was.
I was talking about the group of high school girls who tried to redo the Craft, and the girl ended up getting hurt. Her parents, this is the first time parents had to step in, and the girl was not the girl's friend. She couldn't stand her the whole time. When they got to court, the girl wanted her denim to lean on the girl, and she ended up being paralyzed. You know what the girl said?
Yeah.
She said, I couldn't stand her anyway. Now, I want you to picture yourself right now. Because this is what us, right? So picture yourself right now. If you in court trying to get justice for your child, and the person that your child trying to defend turns around in court on record and say,
I couldn't stand.
I couldn't stand her anyway. She thought she was better than everybody. So she had this girl defying her parents. She had this girl. Now y'all gonna say this.
She had her turning her life
upside down. And at that time, smoking weed was, oh my goodness, you can't do that. I mean, that's the lesser of the evils right now.
I mean, but still, even at that time, it was just like if she, it was a distraction.
But that wasn't, the weed wasn't the problem. It was the pills. She put her on pills.
Yeah.
And as a parent, I'm not gonna say that because y'all think I'm the mean one. As a parent, tell them a reaction that you think will happen.
If somebody did that to my kid?
Yeah. I mean, be very, very, make this kiddie friendly, please.
Okay, so for everyone who knows what a hot shot is,
he don't need that.
yes, I really do. I mean, I don't know. Listen, if for someone to purposely befriend your child, who, especially if they like a kind-hearted person already, and they going places in life, and that whole places they going gets turned upside down by someone who comes in, befriends them, influences them, and is constantly trying, and their whole goal from the beginning is to destroy them, then I don't know what you want me to say. I'm gonna do what I have to do to get you away.
Okay, I want you to talk to the kids that's in the situation. Let's do it this way. Okay, because he really a big teddy bear. So let's talk to the kids that's in
Just don't mess with my babies.
I mean,
period.
It's two things you don't mess with: the babies and money. Like anyway.
That's be for the babies.
That's not the point. I want you. We gonna talk to the kids in the situation. First red flag that y'all need to know is this.
Before we even get to looking at the red flags, I feel like you should be adamant about being yourself.
Thank you. I knew he was gonna do it.
Because you listen, somebody can't get you to do something you're not gonna do if you comfortable with being you. And that ain't even me. You ain't gonna have a problem saying that ain't even me.
But an actual friend is not gonna have you step out your comfort zone to the fact that when you gonna do something that's gonna make you feel down about yourself, because they're gonna be like, man, come on now. And they're gonna be like, nah, man. I think that we keep forgetting that we are not supposed to be people pleasers. I think we're forgetting that.
Yeah, and you gotta pay attention because you, especially with the older kids being around the young. Listen, when I was young, I had older kids offering me drugs and all kind of stuff at a really young age, and I was 11 and 12 and stuff like that. So, and then even when I was 15 and 16, I had grown adults in their 30s and stuff like that offering me illicit drugs and things that had no business off. And I know who I am. And I'm like, man, that ain't me. So when they say, are you scared? Yes, I'm very scared. Listen, my sinuses are already bad.
What I really want to talk about too
nothing else up there
is some of these kids get paid to sell your kid down the river. And if y'all don't have these conversations with your children, they gonna automatically think because they see a person their age, oh, we can't do that. Yes, they can.
And then there's this. Listen. In order to get anything strong, you got to exercise it. So what exercise are you doing to strengthen your child's self-awareness, to strengthen their self-confidence, to strengthen, the things they need to be able to say, oh, nah, and not just get lured into going somewhere where they're never going to be seen again, or taking something that they're going to end up with foam coming out of their mouth, or any of the other crazy, stupid things that we see and hear on a daily basis.
I like to know, my grandmama used to say, when they turn the pressure on, you turn the pressure up. Because one thing I used to teach, one thing that they taught us to do was, when they say, come on, you want to do this, you do it first. That old conversation right there.
Listen, do you know how many times I've been growing up, I was in a group that didn't do something because nobody wanted to be the one to do it. Oh, I'm not. Listen, listen. It was your suggestion. Because when I make suggestions, I'm willing to go first. So it's your suggestion.
That's also one thing you want to teach them, because most of the 9 times out of 10, there's gonna be that 1% of time that somebody gonna step up there and get themselves hurt first, then it's all gonna be over. But it's gonna be 9 times out of 10 when your child said, well, you do it first.
Yeah, and even at that, if you jump off the bridge, you think I'm coming behind you?
Right. I mean, there are some.
So, I mean, let's just make people think sometimes, because sometimes I think our friends might just really kind of be our friends. They just not thinking. They being stupid for themselves.
Critical
they want me to be stupid with them so they
thinking.
won't be alone. You know what I'm saying? But no, come back over here with me if you don't want to be alone. Come back to the smart side.
I also want to teach y'all pause. You know how to do it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to say what pause is. Behind this little video is pause. But in the wrap up the scheme of things and wrapping this all up. First we can't wrap this up. Now, I've had many parents and teachers, psychologists tell me that a predator can't be from the ages of 17 and under. So I have 2 questions for you. You ready for these questions?
Yeah.
My first question is, how old can a sociopath be? That's my first question. My second, you about you gonna try to answer it?
Born, nigga, like what you talking about?
My second question is, can nature overthrow nurture, or is nurture the PowerPoint to how we raise children? Now, before we answer this question, we all know the baby whisperer I got our answer, but I ain't gonna answer this. But there's one thing that we all gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about nature and nurture, because nature is what you are DNA in your blood form born with. The question is, does pattern be a part of nurture or nature? Is pattern a part of nature?
Well, scientifically speaking, if I think pattern can cause how can I say this? Nature, like you said, like DNA, things like that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so pattern sometimes activates what's in your DNA.
Exactly.
So if pattern can activate what's in your DNA,
then it's a part of nature.
Then pattern may also be able to deactivate
but
what's in your bloodline.
Which is what nurture come in. Here's what it is. They keep talking about nature versus nurture. The thing is nurture is not the environment. Now a lot of y'all gonna say nurture has something to do with the environment. I'm gonna tell you how idiots have changed that. Nurture has something to do with the main people in your life, how they operate, how they think, how they work, because a child is going to pick up on their pattern. It doesn't matter where they are. It doesn't matter, the baby whisper things are calling, just ignore it. It doesn't matter where they're calling. It doesn't matter what neighborhood they're in. The people that children are around constantly are the effects, because cause has an effect.
Yeah.
Now, y'all gonna keep asking me this stupid question. Can children be predators? Predators are not born, they're nurtured. That is not true. There are some psychological messed up people. We in the whisper room right here. Messed up people.
Yeah.
There are some psychological messed up people that's had some brilliant children. However, they have seen that chemistry in your brain has made you have to have the nurture kick in. And if you don't have that nurture kick in, you have a predator in kindergarten.
Yeah. Yeah. Touching on little girls' backs, lower backs, and trying to force them to allow them to do things. Listen, I heard the report already just this year. So, for the kindergarten.
It's August. Do y'all know that those of y'all who going into school, do you know that they said that little boys now are taught they can put their hands up a little girl's skirt? I got a grandbaby. I wish, listen. See, he gonna get mad. He about to do his breathing exercise. So, I have a question to all y'all parents. I have a question. We have a question. As a unit, we have a question. Are you teaching and having conversations with your children that their peers can also be their predators? Oh, we waiting on. I was waiting on you to say that.
Don't answer the question. You know what I mean? Because that's the number one thing right now in this game, especially if your kid is in public school. So,
now, this is August, and we in Virginia. So some of y'all probably didn't heard of that. We having some kids go bye-bye like a blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And I have
a lot of them.
I have a question for you.
Like week or 2 weeks.
I have a question for you. If you walking down the street and you see a teenage girl and a guy walking down the street, and then they meet up with another teenage girl and a guy, you ain't gonna take no notice, right?
Right.
If you see these kids hanging around vans and they playing in the van, you're not gonna take no notice, right?
Mostly not.
When are you gonna take notice?
When you see an adult.
When you see an adult. But question, isn't the age of 18 and 19 considered adult? Not in Virginia no more. 24 is the adult. So I have a question for y'all. Because I believe you can drive at 15, right? Mm-hmm. You can drive at 15, mm-hmm. right? Yep. In some places you can drive at 14. So I'm going to ask again, while we looking for these predators, what are we exactly looking for?
The wrong things, apparently.
Tell me what a predator is.
Around here.
Because I thought if you steal someone, it's still kidnapping because you stole someone. I don't care how old you are, right? So let's put. He got girls, so I'm not wishing this in the universe. We gonna ask to put that hype with the what if.
But God forbid.
What they older now? So what if? Okay. So what if the youngest one was 15? You seen her with her home because she played rugby. So you seen her with her little homegirls. They standing in front of a van, and then she don't come home. You don't see no adults. You see teenagers. Maybe the oldest person you see is about 19. They 15 and 19 is not a long stretch. But she don't come home. There was no adults around. Nobody was alerted because they didn't see any adults. What would be your first thought without our training? Wait.
I mean, my first, okay, so naturally I would first of all be like, where the hell did they take my child? Like, you was in front of that van, where are those kids? You know what I mean? Like, because somebody got to know where my baby at.
But all the girls are gone. The 3 guys that you seen, one of them pops up. He don't know what you talking about because he left them all standing there. Nobody's on high alert. Nobody's paying attention yet. There are 5 15-year-old girls missing.
Like that.
Without a trace. But you do have a trace. There is a trace. There's a pattern, right? We pay attention to the pattern, right?
Exactly.
So what's the pattern?
The pattern is some young. There's been young people gathered around, maybe a dude or 2, and then next thing you know, all the female ones is gone.
What's the pattern? You only seen young kids.
Young people. You didn't see no older people looking sketchy.
Now let me break y'all down. Since this what if, let's break a code here. Do you know that some rings will pull out what they call the invisible armor before they will pass you off when they get ready to pass you in the ring? Which means you'll see a woman with a whole stroller. What's in the stroller? Because they got dolls that move and cry right now, don't they? Mm-hmm. What's in the stroller? They got dogs in strollers. The dog people that have
in the stroller.
A trapper. Thank you. Baby Whisperer at its best. The movement at its best. My question is, y'all keep saying without a trace, but there is a trace. The trace is what you're used to seeing as a predator is not what's going after our kids right now. Why? Because our kids have learned that a predator looks like an adult, but in all reality,
they're using the children.
So peer pressure is going to be, okay, I want to go over here and talk to these people.
Right. A predator now needs to look like situations.
Exactly.
Words.
Exactly.
Patterns. That's what predators look like to you now.
But let's think about the movie. I love this movie, and it's all his fault. So let's talk about the movie Predator. Because Predator used to look like a 10-foot giant, and then all of a sudden, the person that went after the Predator in 2023 was Prey, which was a whole girl that turned the Predator out. So I have a question for you. If they're changing the hunting and the game, why are we not understanding that the hunter can look like anything, but the prey can become the hunter?
Right.
Because what happens when an animal hunts us? We eat animals, but the prey, the animal, is now became the predator. Why can't that be the same thing when you're talking to your children? Hold up now. Don't just run from the spooky white man. Oh, wait. Well, it's true. Don't just run. Listen, I have 50 kids. If they see this big black man walking and they see an old white man walking, all the kids say they're going to walk behind the big black man. And I'm like, but your parents is opposite. So, since...
Yeah, but it's about what they was taught.
It's about what they were taught.
The programming changes periodically.
I need y'all to think about this what if. Send this what if to everybody that got kids. I need y'all to go to your kids and tell them that sometimes the people who call yourself their friend that look like you, that's your same age, can also be a dangerous predator you need to watch out for. Mm-hmm. I need you to tell your kids that when they out drinking things and buying stuff with their friends, if it's not sealed, don't drink it. If you ain't seen who pour it, don't drink it. I need y'all to pay attention.
Yeah, that's a rule now, not just for clubs anymore. That's a rule for everywhere you go.
Did you hear about the barbecue? The man had the barbecue, right? So there was this predator who had a barbecue for a bunch of kids that was in an underprivileged neighborhood. He came out and had a bunch of hot dogs and stuff.
Oh, that's the news lady was talking about yesterday? The other day?
The other day. Yes, the other day. So he made a big old, cookout. Mm-hmm. And he had food and everything in it. He injected the food with ecstasy. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. Now, for me, I don't know you, dude. I don't got your vendor number. I can't sue you. Listen, I don't eat everybody's food.
And all he needed really was one kid standing over there eating a plate.
The kid that he had standing over there is a kid that he paid $700 to eat food that he won't even cook it. He had McDonald's or something. He had. Now I have a question for all y'all parents. Do your kids know that just because, or the ice cream truck that pulled up, blew smoke in the girl's face, and took the little girl? You gonna say, where is all this stuff? I need to go look this up. When it's actual news, sometimes, when they need to be telling you, they not gonna tell you.
Yeah, and then you see it, it'll be up there, and then you might even save it, and then go back to look for it.
And it's gone.
Because we want to do a reaction video on a couple of videos like that, and we don't have them anymore.
Or the little girl who got obliterated, because I don't even know where they tried to do something off Manson with the whole group of kids. I just seen that, and they got them in South Carolina. They got them going on trial. I have a question for everybody. What have you been talking to your kids about safety?
Yeah, because it seems like it's not that important an issue to parents for some reason.
One lady actually got on our channel and she said, y'all always talking about safety. It ain't that important. Wait, Walmart just got stabbed up. Target just got shot up.
Right.
Food Line got robbed with everybody in it. Kroger, the man tried to get in there, but see, in certain neighborhoods, we don't give a damn about the police. And all, yes, I'm a part of the police, but we don't care about it.
Not calling them and handling it.
We gonna handle it ourselves. The man tried to come in with an AR and got beat out by a bunch of sticks. I just have a question. Why is safety not on y'all radar?
That's one to think about.
Now we gonna cut this what if because we got another one to go and he ready to go. So I just had to get that out.
We got a lot more to do. So.
This is crazy though. Alright, y'all. Do we have a book about this? Somewhere down in the link you go see a book. I don't know which one it's gonna be, but my security talks is gonna be linked to this.
It's always gonna be a security book link to something like this.
But my security talks, the sessions that y'all can do. So now let's do an infomercial. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is 2025. This man right here said you gotta pay him, which means you gotta pay me. And for the good price of none of your business, hit that link first. You can get me and him for 2 hours talking about nothing but safety antics with your kids and yourself. Or you can get us for an hour and a half talking about safetyness in your schools, businesses, or your clubs.
Yeah, and on that personal level of what your life is like. So
again, and you can get that only for hit that link. Y'all ready for this? 1, 2, 3. Shh.
System trying to break me, no debate, I'm awake. Roll with my crew, we shake, shatter, and quake. Eyes open wide, can't burn us with lies. Unified, rise high, breaking no ties. Know your right, know the fight, hold it tight. Ain't no fright, take flight, reach the height. Stand your ground, make the sound loud and proud. Lead the crowd, push the boundary, ain't no bow down. Politicians play games, point finger, shift blame. We don't take that shame, rewrite the whole frame. Streets of fire, spitting truth, no fear, no truce. We got the juice, climb the ladder, break it loose. Know your right, know the fight, hold it tight. Ain't no fright, take flight, reach the height. Stand your ground, make the sound loud and proud. Lead the crowd, push the boundary, ain't no bow down. Don't let them mute ya, they can't dilute ya. Step up, speak up, they can't refute ya. Power in numbers, shake the slumber. Go ahead, wake up and whisper.
And I storm in, I don't yell, I form and move like a wave when the winds start warning. Soft voice, hard shield, queen of the field. No mistakes,